Hey, Andrew Woodward here from The Investor's Way, and I want to talk to you today in today's lesson about getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Whether it's life, our business, your job, being an online marketer, you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. And what that means is that success comes from doing the things that you are least comfortable with. And that might sound counterintuitive, or it might sound daunting, but the reality is that the reason you feel uncomfortable is because it's the stuff that really moves the needle, and it's the stuff that you know will get you the results you want. And for some reason we get these uncomfortable feelings inside us about doing those things. For me, it started out doing simple things like these types of videos. I just didn't like getting in front of a camera and talking to you through a camera, and it took practice to get comfortable with it, and just repetitive and more repetitive action of doing what was uncomfortable. And so today I want to give you 3 tips on how to deal with being uncomfortable and getting comfortable with being uncomfortable so that you can get the results that you want. Now, it doesn't matter what those results are or where they are, but in particular, if you're going to be successful online, you're going to need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. It's where the magic happens. You've probably heard all those cliches, but it's where the magic happens, on the other side of the comfort zone. And it's because it's pushing you to do the things that you don't want to do that get the results that you want. That comes from being uncomfortable. And I guess there's a paradox in there, but it's what really drives success is getting comfortable. You're doing the things that you're not so comfortable with. And look, being successful online or at your job or wherever, but in particular online, it requires doing some things that just generally are not going to feel comfortable. And that's fine, because over time, using these 3 tips, you're going to be able to get yourself comfortable with all of the challenges that an online business is going to throw at you. So let's look at what those 3 tips are. So the first one is quite simple, and we've kind of already alluded to it, but it is stop avoiding being uncomfortable. It sounds so straightforward, doesn't it? And the easiest way to stop avoiding being uncomfortable is every day, or at least once a week, do the one thing that makes you feel uncomfortable. And if you do it more often, you get more consistent in doing those things that make you feel uncomfortable, eventually you'll feel totally comfortable and you'll move on to the next thing. And that's where the growth happens. So again, it sounds like a paradox, but your growth, your success, it goes up in some form of ladder as you do the things that make you feel uncomfortable. So number 1, stop being and avoiding being uncomfortable. Number 2 is identify what it is that you're good at and get great at it. Now that again might sound a little bit like a paradox. I'm saying do the things that make you feel uncomfortable, but at the same time, to get success online, you've got to identify the things that you're good at and get great at them. And again, that might involve being a little bit uncomfortable, because you're going to be pushing yourself to another level. Even though you're good at something, to get to great, you're going to have to go through some level of uncomfortable feeling. But the good thing is, by concentrating on the things that you're good at, you can really refine your skills in that area, and they will drive more and more success to you. So a lot of people will tell you to focus on the 80-20. You've probably heard the 80-20 rule, in all types of things. Well, this is the 80-20. Find out those things that you're really good at that will get you results, and get great at them. But understand that to get great at them, you're going to have to deal with being uncomfortable at some point, because no matter what we do, whether it's sport or online business or life in general, to get great at something, you're going to have to push through learning zones. And those learning zones are where you get uncomfortable, because you don't know something, or you may not know the way forward. And that's how you push yourself forward, is by pushing through or learning through those uncomfortable zones or those new areas. So that's tip number 2, is be great at what you're good at. And the third tip is identify what you're weak at or you don't like. And it's generally something that we don't like. You might be less good at it, but generally that uncomfortableness comes because you don't like it. And so again, it might be for you, it might be videos, or it might be copywriting, whatever it is, building web pages, whatever it is that you don't like doing, identify what it is and then practice. Do more of it and eventually outsource it. But you've got to know what those weak points are in your online business and in your suite of services that you can provide and need to do with your online business. Once you identify what you're weak at, you can practice it and practice it and practice more, and eventually it'll become something that you're not weak at. And you'll have grown both personally and in your skill set, and you'll now be doing much better at those things that you previously were weak at, and you'll be deriving results from them as well. So now you've expanded the 80-20 because you've now got more things that you're good at, and then you're going to work on being great at them. And eventually you'll start to be making more and more money online and be able to outsource some of these things that you don't like doing or not as good at doing to somebody who has a specialty skill in that area. And that's an important part of growing your business online and utilizing the power of compounding by compounding other people's time into your business so that you can expand and grow and make more money, because ultimately that's what it's all about. You want to expand and grow so you can impact more lives and make more money doing that. And it's not a bad thing to make more money. Because to make more money, it means you're impacting more lives, you're changing more lives. And that's what being online and doing an online business is all about, is helping people solve problems or pain that they're currently having. So when you narrow in on those pains, it helps you grow and make more money. And the best way to do that is to continue to expand your uncomfortable zone. The more you're in that zone and you're working through that zone, the more likely you are to not only expand personally, but to grow your business and make more money. So 3 tips to, get comfortable being uncomfortable is to practice them. Stop avoiding being uncomfortable. Identify where you're strong and keep doing more and more of that and pushing through the uncomfortable zones there, and identifying where you're weak and practicing where you are weak and growing your capacity in those areas so that over time your weakness becomes another part of your strengths. So they're the 3 tips of getting comfortable being uncomfortable, and I can promise you through my own personal experience, the more and more you do the things that you're not comfortable with, the more and more you get comfortable with them, you get better at them, you have more success with them, and you grow, not only personally, but your business as well. And that's exactly what I found in my business. So as we finish up today's lesson, make sure you subscribe, hit the button, it's either up here or down below the video. Make sure you subscribe to get notified, click on the bell so you do get those notifications, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about being comfortable in the uncomfortable zone. Let me know, leave a comment. And if you want to get started building your online business, you're not exactly sure where to get started, and you want a little bit of done for you help, click the link in the comments that I'll leave for you, and you can get started with a done for you model that will get you at least into the game so that you can start making some money. And we can do it in less than 30 days, and you'll have my personal support at no cost to you. But you just need to click that link. There's some free training at the other end of that link, and I can get you started and we can have you up and running nice and quickly. So click the link, and we'll see you again in the next video.